Most people think getting rich means holding onto money. Spend less, tighten up, wait, save. On the surface, that sounds logical. Because for someone who has tasted scarcity, money feels like safety. You don't want to lose it. You don't want it to leave your hands. But in Machiavelli's world, the issue isn't safety. The issue is position. And position isn't built by hiding money. It's built by deploying it at the right moment. Money isn't the goal here. It's a stance, a lever that can move you from one level to another. And like any lever, if you place it wrong, it hurts you. But if you place it precisely, a small force creates a massive effect. Most people treat money like weight. Machiavelli reads it as balance. Where you hold it, when you release it, and what you convert it into, that's what decides everything. That's why, in his view, wealth belongs to those who have defeated the fear of losing money. Because the person who fears losing also fears growing. The person who avoids spending is often avoiding expansion, new arenas, new contacts, higher levels. They believe money is protected when it's kept. But most of the time, it simply stays where it is. It produces no power, no impact, no movement. And here's the key distinction. Spending and wasting are not the same. Machiavelli sees waste as weakness, but strategic spending as strength. Because strategic spending expands your future freedom of movement. It makes you less dependent. It gives you more options. It creates room to maneuver. And the person with options is always stronger. Most people hold money to secure today. Machiavelli uses money to control tomorrow. Securing today calms you down, but it doesn't elevate you. Shaping tomorrow demands risk, courage, and time. And this is where most people retreat, because one thought takes over. What if it doesn't come back? Machiavelli steps in right there. Those who do nothing to avoid mistakes have already lost. Power is not stationary. It's always moving, either in your hands or in someone else's. Money is the same. It will either grow your position or someone else's. It always flows somewhere. You cannot stop that flow by keeping it in a safe. You only remove yourself from the game. This video isn't here to teach you how to spend. It's here to show you why some spending moves you upward, and some spending keeps you stuck. Because becoming rich isn't just earning more. It's being seen in the right places, making moves at the right times, creating more impact with fewer explanations. In Machiavelli's terms, poverty is often not a lack of money. It's money held in the wrong place. Money not used at the right time. Money locked by the wrong fears. And that lock doesn't start in your wallet. It starts in your mind. So we won't talk about shallow investment advice. Put it here, pull it there, buy this, sell that. We'll go deeper, into the psychology of money. Its connection to social position, its power over perception, and its bond with time and independence. Because for Machiavelli, money is less about numbers and more about relationships. Some people create massive impact with very little. Others aren't taken seriously even with a lot. The difference isn't amount. It's deployment, where it becomes visible, where it stays invisible, when it enters the field, when it withdraws, and most importantly, the owner's psychology toward it. If money controls you, you won't become wealthy, no matter how much you earn. But if you control money, even small amounts can elevate you. Because control becomes yours. Time becomes yours. Direction becomes yours. And to Machiavelli, that is real wealth. Control. Now let's move forward with that lens. 1. Spending that creates position. Do you know where money creates the most power? When it moves you up a level in other people's eyes. For Machiavelli, wealth isn't measured by what's in your pocket. It's measured by where you stand. People don't judge you by numbers, they judge you by position. And when used correctly, money builds that position silently. Most people spend on objects, better things, more expensive things. Machiavelli doesn't focus on the object. He focuses on the setting, the context, the access, the contact. When you spend money not on a thing but on a place, it starts producing power because you change frames. You remain the same person, but you appear inside a different context, and that context speaks for you. Here's the subtle difference. Spending for show shouts. Spending for position whispers. Show attracts attention and turns you into a target. Position creates respect quietly. People don't look at what you wear as much as where you sit. They don't look at what you drive as much as who you stand beside. It isn't conscious analysis. It's automatic classification. Machiavelli understood this. Power forms inside other people's minds. An arena you can't fully control, but you can influence. Money is a tool in that arena. Money spent in the right place may look like a loss at first, but it expands your influence. You meet new people. You enter new tables. You become part of conversations that produce outcomes far more valuable than money itself. And here's another point. Position-creating spending doesn't need to be public. Often it goes unnoticed, yet its impact is felt. You don't push yourself forward. The system pulls you forward because you are already inside the circle. 2. Spending that buys time. Poverty isn't only a lack of money. The deeper poverty is living in constant rush, always catching up, always reacting, always running on someone else's tempo. A person without time can't build strategy. They can only respond. They drown in the day. They can't separate urgent from important. And without noticing, they become a piece in someone else's plan. For Machiavelli, money produces power when it buys time, not luxury. Buying time means delegating what doesn't move you forward, reducing friction that drains your mind, protecting your focus. From the outside, it might not look like wealth. But inside, it opens the most valuable space, the space to think. To Machiavelli, the most dangerous person is the one who can think calmly, because they don't panic, they don't rush. They can wait for the other person to make mistakes. And waiting requires time. Most people sell their time to protect their money. They work more, run more, exhaust themselves more. Yet they don't move up. Because the issue isn't effort, it's perspective. And perspective forms in empty space, time-space. If money can buy you that space, it becomes more valuable than security. It becomes freedom of movement, the ability to wait, to say no, to withdraw, to choose. 3. Spending that feeds powerful habits most people spend on outcomes. Quick comfort, instant pleasure, short-term relief. Machiavelli cares less about outcomes and more about repeated behaviors, habits. Because life direction isn't shaped by one big decision. It's shaped by small choices repeated daily. Power is taking control of that repeatable system. Spending that strengthens habits can look unnecessary from the outside, but it builds structure. Environments that help you think clearly, solutions that reduce distraction, systems that make discipline easier. People miss this. Cheap habits produce expensive consequences. Chaos doesn't show its cost at the end of the month. It shows it years later. Lost opportunities, wrong decisions, weak reflexes. Machiavelli's warning is simple. Don't fund the loops that keep you stuck. Strong people spend on what breaks the loop, because knowledge alone is not power. Applicable knowledge is power. Application requires habits, and habits collapse without support. So, self-improvement spending won't make you rich instantly, but it makes you the kind of person who can become rich. That's the difference most people can't see. 4. Controlled spending that shapes perception. People don't know the details, but they read the image. They don't analyze causes, but they feel results. Machiavelli's sharp insight. People don't act on truth, they act on how truth appears. That's why perception can beat reality in power games. This is where controlled spending matters. It isn't show, it isn't waste. It's the fine balance between being invisible and becoming a target. Excessive display triggers jealousy, competition, surveillance. But excessive saving isn't innocent either, especially in the wrong rooms. It signals weakness. Can this person handle this level? Controlled spending sends a different message. I belong here. I'm not a visitor, and I don't need to prove it. That message isn't spoken. It's performed. Through the places you choose, the standards you maintain, the circles you enter. The strongest position is the position that requires no explanation. And controlled spending is not constant. It's strategic. Right time, right place, right dose. Show is designed to be seen. Controlled spending is designed to avoid being misunderstood. Because people classify you fast. They place you somewhere, and then they treat you according to that label. First impressions stick. Fixing them later is hard. 5. Be the one who tests money. Don't be tested by it. Money reveals who you are. When it arrives, it exposes impatience, insecurity, lack of control. Weak people loosen up when money comes. They drift. Spending disconnects from awareness. Money stops being a tool and becomes a way to fill emotional emptiness. And power slips away. But fear can be just as dangerous. Money held in fear narrows the mind. The person who can't spend can't move. The person who can't move can't build power. The strong person avoids both extremes. They don't squeeze in panic, and they don't waste in intoxication. They spend with distance because they know money grows when used with calculation, not reflex. Ask these questions before you spend. Does this make me stronger or just feel better? Do I think clearer? Decide calmer? Do my options expand? Or does my dependence grow? Does my position rise? Or is this just a costume? Comfort spending is temporary. Power spending is durable. For Machiavelli, money isn't a moral test, it's a power test. Who you are appears not when you earn money, but when you manage it. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't need to prove itself, doesn't need to perform. But when it needs to, it opens doors. And the most important rule is this: money must not distort your psychology. It must not make you impatient. It must not push you into comparison. It must not turn you into a person who needs to prove. Power produces calm, not panic. In Machiavelli's world, money isn't good or bad. It's effective or ineffective. It moves you up or pulls you down. There is no middle. So your relationship with money must be clear. Not emotional, not reactive. Conscious. Real power isn't in the amount of money. It's in the mind that commands it. Silent, cold-blooded, patient, and always seeing a few moves ahead. If you made it this far, write "I'm here" in the comments. And if you want us to keep producing these ideas, like the video and subscribe. Thank you for your support. See you in the next one.